It's been over a year and I figured it's about time to update my Cozy Witch reading recommendations video. So buckle up, grab yourself a drink, and let's get cozy and witchy. Welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Kate. This is my library. And in today's video, we are going to update my Cozy Witch book recommendation video for 2025. Now, this is not a be-all to end-all list. I'm only recommending books that I have personally read and ones that I enjoy. Now, they're not all 5-star reads. Some of them do teeter on the edge of maybe a 3 or a 4, and then there's others that are just perfection. I have a lot of them physically here. Some of them I'm going to recommend digitally or with a photo because I don't have the physical copy yet, because I like to collect the special editions. If you can't tell, I have a bit of an addiction, but we won't talk about that today. This is not a Book Readers Anonymous. I figured we'd start with one of my recent books that is in my top probably 5 of the year, to be honest. It's going to be so hard to pick my book of the year because there's so many great ones that came out this year. But anyway, let's dive in and have a look, shall we? The first book is Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. Now, let me put my drink down because we need to look at this edition. Also, I think the hat needs to come off now. It's not quite hat weather. Much better. So, Rewitched is by Lucy Jane Wood. It follows Belladonna Blackthorn, is very close to losing her magic. It's her 30th birthday and she works at Luna Books. She gets a letter that mysteriously just doesn't want to be delivered to her, and she has to go through a series of trials to be able to keep her magic. This is set in the 90s, and if you're a person who loves practical magic and Charmed and all those beautiful nostalgic 90s vibes, this book is for you. Now, there is a gorgeous gentleman in there, and there is a little bit of spice. There's a lot of familial bonds as well as bonds with found family. There is a really cute old guy that's teaching her magic, and it's just adorable. Honestly, I want to read this book again. I listened to it audibly and the accent was just perfection, but I want to annotate it. Now, I am not going to annotate this version because that should be a sin. But I did buy another copy. Now, this is actually the French edition, and it is gorgeous. Now, I'm not going to annotate this one either. I like to annotate paperback books because I find it's just so much easier, especially when I'm cracking the spine, because I crack the spine. I'm a spine cracker. But I had to get this edition as well. So I definitely recommend this one. But if you're looking for something with a little bit more spice, let's try a necromancer book. Now, this is a recent read for me. It is Phantasma by Callie Smith. I literally finished this maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and I can't wait to read the next one. Now, this is set more in New Orleans. It's more of like a steampunk era, think like early 1900s kind of vibe. So this lovely girl, Ophelia, has to go find her sister who has gone missing. Ophelia has necromancer powers, which means that she can actually talk to the dead and can bring people back to life. She enters into this competition, so if you kind of like the Hunger Games vibes, this kind of gives that, but less killing of children. So there's a competition. She has to pass different levels that represent different devils and different people, and she meets a guy named Blackwell along the way, and he's a phantom, and they have a bit of a spicy romance. And I actually cried. This book left me in tears, but also so happy in the end. It was just like, oh, this is amazing. Honestly, you need to pick this up. I need to get the special edition. I should have annotated it, but I did listen to this one as well. So yeah. Now, if you want something that is a little bit more historical, but has still that more traditional witch kind of idea, but maybe with a vampire, let's try this next book, shall we? And that book is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Now, this is a TV series, so if you start reading the book and you're like, I don't understand what's going on, what the hell, because it is a quite heavier book. It's less cozy, but I still really enjoyed it. It gives me that dark academia vibes. You need to try this out. Now, it does follow Diana Bishop and her research into old chemistry books and looking at old magic within that and kind of that idea that's coming through. She meets a vampire and essentially she's the only one that can bring up the book The Ashmal 782, and they've been looking for this for ages, and magically she can make it appear. Now, it does have romance. It has have some spice, so be mindful. But it is written by a person who is also a historian, so there's a lot of historical terms in there. If you get a bit stumped in this, then I suggest maybe looking up some of the terms or watching the show as well. And yes, librarians do recommend the show too. But that's that one. Let's try another one, shall we? But let's try a graphic novel. This is a bit heavy. Let's try a graphic novel. We have Crumbs. Crumbs is written by Dani Stirling. It is a very cute, thick graphic novel. I read this and I wasn't sure what I was getting into when I was reading it. I've seen it everywhere and I ordered it online. It arrived and I was like, that is adorable. So this is Falling in Love Just Got Sweeter. We meet Ray, who falls for Laurie. Laurie is a kind barista in a magical bakery. Ray is a quiet young woman who has a special kind of magic, and her order is always the same: a hot tea with a delicious side of romance. Now, you do follow a bit of a sad storyline with this one, so it is on the little bit of the heavier side of a graphic novel, but I do love the art style. It was originally a webtoon as well. Now, the art style is very cute, and we do follow their romance as well as their interaction with each other. It is more on the older person's side, so I'm thinking 16 up. So if you're looking for something that has a little bit of heartfelt, a little bit of tears, but a happy ever after, try Crumbs. Now, if Crumbs is not right for you and you're like, no, Kate, I need something that is a little bit softer, maybe LGBTQI+, then try this one. This is Mooncakes. Now, I'm sure you know all about it. This follows Nova and Tam as they rekindle their romance. Nova is a magical witch and Tam is a non-binary werewolf. And they realize that, hey, we actually have feelings for each other, but there's a bit of a problem. There is a dark supernatural force eager to claim wolf magic for evil, and they must work together to solve this. Now, it does have a lot of self-discovery and coming out, and also exploring the connection with each other. I just love it. It's just so cute. The art style is adorable. Like, let me find you one that is not a spoiler, maybe. Okay, cute art style, adorable. I also forgot Nova has a hearing aid, so there's that as well, but the story is just adorable. I love it. Now, if you want something that is also adorable but a little bit more on the romantic side, let's try this next book, shall we? and it is Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman. Now, this is a Halloween romance following Willow and Damien. Willow is a witch and Damien is this cat who has a curse upon him and is trying to find a witch to help him break the curse. And that's where Willow comes in. This is just a cozy, adorable romance. Honestly, if you want to pick me up, that's also got that little bit of tension. Yes, it does have a third act breakup, so keep that in mind, but it is only short. It's okay. Happily ever after. Then you need to pick this one up. It is just adorable. It is an open door Halloween themed romance in a Halloween town. So think Halloween town, but demon cat and spicy. So adult Halloween town. That kind of works, right? The next book follows that cozy romance idea as well, but adding a bit of social media in there. And that is Witcha Gonna Do by Avery Flynn. Now, there is the second book. I haven't got it yet, but it is on my list. This is independently published as well. She's charmed, he's sure. This follows Tilda. Her real name's Matilda, but she doesn't like to be called that. Her name is Tilda. And Gil. Tilda has always thought that she had no magic, that she is essentially the dud of her family. And Gil's like, I don't think so. Gil is meant to be a super hot wizard. I reckon if you made him like a cross between Rick O'Connell from The Mummy and Daniel Jackson from Stargate, but made him like a warlocky wizard, then that's him. I love her. She's cute. Tilda, sorry. There is a curse that stumbles upon the family and they must work together, unfortunately, to break the curse. Now, she runs her family's social media and he's got some intentions. It is spicy. It is open door. And I can't wait to read the next one, but I think you definitely need to pick this up, especially if you like the Go Hex Yourself or the X Hex. This is definitely one of them. Now, if this isn't right and you want something a bit darker and something that involves some more devils, then let's try this next one. This next one is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerri Maniscalco. And yes, it has been doing the rounds for a very long time. But I recently reread it and my opinion's changed. I actually really enjoy this. Now, I did find that the whole run round thing was a little bit annoying, but I love the dynamic between the two characters. You follow Amelia and Wrath as they try and work out what the murders are, who's doing the murders, and why those people are dying. Now, it is set in Italy, so you do have a lot of Italian food and oh, it's so good. I love how the writer was able to interweave the magic system, but also with the devils and also with painting the picture of the world so beautifully. The writing definitely hooked me in and really helped me picture the characters in the moment. It just was so nicely written. The ending, whew, I need to pick up the next one ASAP, but I have a big TBR, so maybe that's in the next one. But Kingdom of the Wicked, definitely a vibe. If you want something a little bit darker, definitely with some spice, then try this one. Now, if this is a little bit too dark, I think we should try probably going to be my book of the year. Let's have a look, shall we? Are you seeing double? Because it's not actually this one. It's the follow-up book from this one called A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. This one is like set in a different world to the Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and I think I love it more. Is that bad? I don't know. The book follows Sarah Swan as she looks after an old rundown inn in the English countryside that can only be found by people that really need it. Now, Sarah has lost her magic, because of an incident that I won't get into because that's spoilers. But she is there with a merry bunch of found family, including a reanimated pile of bones rooster called Ruru. Now, Sarah Swan has lost her magic because of that incident that we're not going to talk about, hint, hint. And she has to get it back. And who better to help her than a grumpy as magical historian Luke, who is Scottish, and his sister, who has autism. Now, this book has all the things. It has the found family, it has autism representation, it has depression representation, it also has LGBTQI+. Now, this book is very emotional, very heartfelt. It honestly is a warm hug of triumph in a book. Now, as a person who does have depression and anxiety, really connected with Sarah and her struggles that she went through. But in the end, I loved it. It does have spice, so keep that in mind. It does have obviously the family, it does have a villain, it has a bowl, and it has awesome magicness. Now, I think we need to now wrap this up because of all books you have to read A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. It is honestly probably a 6 out of 5. It's broke my scale. Now, let's wrap this up, shall we? Because I think you need to go read some books because I know I do. I want to reread these so bad. Let's wrap it up. Okay, everyone, these are my witchy book recommendations. Probably less on the cozy side, but still some cozy vibes in there. If you have read any of these, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd really like to know. And if you have any other suggestions, let me know too. I will also leave my previous video linked up above where I talk about another set that was over a year ago. But these are my updated ones. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. Also, if you'd like to join my Discord, I will leave that linked down below. We talk about all the books and all the things, and you get a bit of behind the lens content. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you are. You keep on reading, you keep the magic alive, and I'll see you next time you stop by my library. Bye. Oh my god, I just did that whole thing and didn't film it. Let's try again, shall we? Okay. Let's do the photo. Maybe if I do like, can I do like a back shot one? So many books, so little time. Witchy hat? Witchy hat. Ophelia has neck. Oops, sorry. The witches are dying. It is set in Italy, I believe. Yeah, I think it's set in Italy. My hat doesn't look sticky. My cozy book recommend. I figured I've read. Start again.